So we took a little further walk on down the beach. We didn't go too far. Walked maybe half a mile. I'd heard, conversations of people scuba diving. Had said that they've been out with blue water divers, and that the diving with them had been fantastic. And there was a little ship, couple of shipwrecks, little caverns. Great diving, blue water diving, obviously. Um, and it was nice to hear people having a good time. They mentioned the English guy, or that English guy was a real asshole. So I take it that that was that fucking Dave guy, or whatever his name, or Mark, sorry, his name Mark. And so I took it they were talking about him, because I hadn't met any other English guy there. Maybe there was, but the one I dealt with was a fucking tool. So I didn't say nothing. But it was nice to hear people say that they, when they were out on the blue water dive boat, that they were well taken care of. And the dive masters and the boat crew were very professional, and it was always good to hear that. I didn't get into anybody's business. I didn't go down and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, just overheard your conversation about going out." I didn't do anything like that at all. I wasn't there to dive. I was there to sell scuba gear and take orders, and just have a good time. So I noticed that there was a little local food stall, just a little bit further up off the beach, up near the road, and I took a little stroll up, and there seemed to be loads of people around this little food stall, and for me that was a good sign, because I'd always, if there was somebody selling food and there wasn't too many people at it, that might have been a sign that the food wasn't good, or I always kind of took it from that. But no, um, there was load. There must have been 10, 15, 20 people waiting for tacos and quesadillas and rice and beans and curry goat, all this type of stuff. So my stomach was beginning to growl a little bit, and I took a stroll up and I got a plate of um, stewed chicken, rice and beans. She put some plantain on it, which is a big banana, and I really wasn't into that. She'd fried it, so I wasn't being rude. I left it on the plate. Took the plate off to go and sit down, and I had bought a bit of flatbread, and I just went and sat down. I was giving Kitty. She was on my shoulder. She was just perched up here, purring away, and she would traipse her little legs over the front and hang over the back. It was, she was a little nosy bollocks, and so I would just give her some chicken, and she would eat away at that bit of bread, and I didn't overstuff her on anything like that, but she would eat little bits, and then when she was had enough, she'd had enough herself, and I ate the food, and the food's pretty tasty. Um, Got a bottle of Coke and washed it down, and just was getting pretty tired. So headed back to the hotel, got into the room, um, had another little shower, because I always like to shower the sand off. The good thing about it was, before you went up the stairs, when you went off the beach and you got up to the top of the wooden stairs, there was a little built-in little foot pool, with fresh water, and you just go up and dip your feet in it and wash all the sand off, and it was brilliant. And most people wore waterproof sandals and waterproof dive boots, and they would just wash them off in fresh water. There was also a little hose that you could wash your legs and stuff like that. It was really good. So I did that before I went into the room. I didn't want to take any sand in. The good thing about the room was the floors were all white tiles, so there was no carpet. There was a tiny little foot mat on the side of your bed, for when you got in and out, and there was a bathroom mat for your shower and your bath, and also around your toilet, which was very British, and that was good also. So when you got out of the shower or the bath, you didn't slip on the floor. You got onto a nice thick mat, which was really good as well. So I remember washing my feet off, washing my dive shoes, going into the shower. Kitty was on the bed, and she went out like a little light almost straight away on a little pillow. And I remember just getting the shower, drying off, wrapping a towel around me, and just lying on the bed and sleeping. And it felt like it was almost straight away. I woke up, and I vomited all over the place. Just literally, it was like The Exorcist. It was like Linda Blair was in the room with me, fucking head spinning round, and I just projectile vomited everywhere. And it must have been the street food, because I hadn't eaten really anything much other that day than the burger, and that had been probably 10 or 12 hours ago. So something was going to happen. It would have happened not long after I ate that food. So for me, it could only have been the street food, and I just projectile vomited everywhere, and I went on for several minutes, followed by rapid eruptions of diarrhea in the toilet, and I was just in my stomach, and everyone was just in absolute agony, and wasn't a pretty sight. Sweating, really cold sweat, horrible cramps in my stomach. Felt like my ass was going to blow out, and my whole fucking innards were just going to fall out, and just disappear down the toilet. Luckily the vomit had stopped, and I wasn't in any fit state to clean it up, so unfortunately I had to call the desk and tell them what had happened, and apologise profusely, and told them I would pay for, any, the sheets and everything, and the girl, I think I remember her name as being Jasmine. She was so apologetic and so nice, and told me not to worry about it, that, this was something that they had had from many guests, and she asked me that I need a doctor, that there was a doctor not too far that they used that would do calls. I just, politely said no, and she said to me that she would have the room cleaned. And so unfortunately for them, a couple of middle-aged ladies, Caribbean ladies, Bermudan ladies came, and they were so apologetic for me, and told me not to worry. You know what I mean? They were used to this. These things happened. It was an accident. It was just one of those things, and not to worry about it. So, like 2 lightning bolts, these lovely ladies cleaned the room up, changed the sheets, changed the bathroom mats and everything, changed the towels. Luckily, I'd got everything down the toilet that needed to go down the toilet, and I was able to clean the toilet. But I was just absolutely in bits, sweating, kind of bent over, holding my stomach, and they were so kind, and again, when they cleaned the room and everything, I gave them $20 each, and they were like, no, it's, mister, it's okay, we don't need this. I said, no, please, take the money. God forbid you've had to come into this fucking stench. Vomiting. They were like, no, it's okay, and I, please take the money. So, kind of reluctantly, but, gratefully, they took the money. I wasn't going to fucking let anybody clean that up and, not fucking, offer them anything. So I'll give them, $20 each for doing that. And they, like 2 lightning bolts, just had the room clean, spick and span, everything, like nothing had happened before. They left a bucket for me. They said, look, if you get sick, here's a bucket, try in the bucket, and they would lie on the bed and turn yourself on your side, and make sure that your face is over the edge, and if you need to be sick, just be sick, make sure the bucket's there, and if you need anything again, call Jasmine at the desk, and we'll be here, and if you need us, it's no problem, we'll come back up again. Do you need a doctor? You know what I mean? My cousins, brothers, uncles, aunts, second cousins, father-in-law is a doctor. Very nice of them. I just assured them no. Once they left, I just got back into the shower. They were mad about Kitty. Kitty was sitting up. She was so confused as to what was going on. Poor little thing. I don't think she's seen any projectile vomiting before, let alone any vomiting. And she was just kind of bewildered by the whole thing. And she was getting pets and cuddles, which kind of settled her down a little bit. I got in the shower. I just sat down in the shower, and just in the cold water. And I just sat there till I was actually just shivering, freezing, blue with cold, until I felt a little bit better, and then until I felt like that my sweating had gone away, and that I was able to just basically get out and lie in the bed again without doing an exorcist. And yeah, it wasn't pretty.